for a long time now, and it's been in my go-to reads, must-reads for a long time. It's written by Emily Bront. I believe this book was written sometime in the early 19th century, 1810, something like that. Um, what is this book about? It is about the life of um, an estate, really, where you have kids living in two houses. One is the Grange, and the other is the Wuthering Heights. At the Wuthering Heights, you have this family, and you have the head of the family, and then you have a boy and a girl, and then you have this adopted boy. Now, the adopted boy is always mistreated by the head of that family. And in the other household, you have two children living with two loving parents. The second household is a little richer, more fabulous than the first one. The first one is run with a very solid hand by the master of the house with three kids, one adopted and another boy and girl. Now, and this book, starts from that note, and it's being related by the caretaker of the first house, Miss Nellie. And it's been narrated to a traveling person, who's traveling, and he's just lodged at the Grange, and she's relating the story to him about what happened, what transpired, and it spans across a couple of decades or something like that. And it's basically about what happens in these lives, and the writing is all right. It's not bad. Of course, if you read this book, it'll add to your grammatical stance, as it did mine. However, from the very first 20%, I felt something is coming in the book. And then midway through the book, I realized that I really don't like one of the characters. And he's such a villain. He's also the central character of the book. And I realized I don't like him at all, because he's just pure evil without any kind of release. And even when the book ends, you realize that this book is full of vengefulness and the hatred of that adopted kid. And there's no recourse whatsoever, which really made me wonder why this book is regarded as a classic. I mean, the bad keeps winning in this book. For example, if you've read Charles Dickens' character Uriah Heep, I think he was a character from The Great Expectations. Or was it the other book? I'm sorry, I'm confusing the two, but Uriah Heep is a character who's full of malice, full of malevolence, but there is some recourse, there is some victory in the end, and you feel like you've lived through that. However, in this book, there is no getting over the villain of the book, and he's pure evil to a very menacing level, which I can applaud and laud. However, to what end do we owe the writer such a despicable character? And then you have a lady who's also full of caprice. I think every classical book needs a lady figure who has to be one with a very capricious mindset, and whose life is never going to be happy because she's full of desire and want. And you have those kind of characters in this book if you're looking for that. And of course, when the book starts, the English is so lucrative and amazing. I felt, wow. However, the come down of it all is hardly there. Like, there is no contrast to the suffering. And how much can you suffer? I felt as a reader as if I'm going through that suffering which the characters went through, and the turmoil and the deaths that take place, the destruction. There's no relent. And some people say this is the ideal book of romance between those two hell-crossed lovers, but I think that's a weak argument. So if you are a fan of Wuthering Heights, help me understand why you like this book, and I would appreciate that. This is written by Emily Bront. I think her sister wrote Jane Eyre, spelled Eyre, and this is a review for Wuthering Heights. I'm just left very confused, very dumbfounded, because I don't know what people actually liked about this book. And of course, the narrators of the book are pretty good, and they're telling a good story, and it's told rather well. But till the very last page, you keep wondering if there is any sort of positive note it'll end on, and it really doesn't. I hate giving bad ratings to classics because I feel there is a part of my soul which is not able to align with their original intent. But I have to give this 2 stars out of 5. I wanted to love it, I wanted to understand it, appreciate it, delve in it. But if I have to go through reviews, the good reviews, to see why this book is actually so permanent a fixture in that standard of classical writing. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.